Hello Earthlings, Fireball Steve here, inviting you to join our exclusive Fireball Steve All Sky Camera Network. If you've watched our previous videos, then you are trained and ready to chase fireballs and find meteorites. But what if you're getting impatient for a fall to happen near you? Well, for just a couple $100, you can buy a low-cost security camera system like this and join our Fireball Steve All Sky Camera Network. It is our goal to build a network of do-it-yourself Fireball camera owners all over the U.S. and hey, maybe even all over the world, so we all can find more space rocks. With a security camera system like this one, you can catch most, if not all, the fireballs within a few hundred miles of where you set it up. As we were discussing in earlier videos, triangulation is the key to being able to pinpoint where meteorites land. When we know with high certainty where a fireball starts and ends, we can narrow down where surviving rocks may have landed. Stationary videos are excellent sources of this data, and video can also show us if it looks like there was a lot of fragmentation or not very much. We can have a better idea if there might be a few or a lot of meteorites from the event. For today's project, you're going to need an external security video system, a video monitor, a level, compass, screw gun, extra screws, carpenter's square, string, pin or a marker, a power strip, silicone, a 5-gallon bucket, and an extension cord. And for our use, a 15-inch square 3/4-inch treated plywood, small wood for leveling, sandbags, and sand. We are going to use a very low-cost, weatherproof security camera system like this one. And at the time of production, this unit only cost $229 from Amazon. We are expecting technology to advance, and so quality and prices are subject to change over time, and we will update in the description below the links to which items we feel are the best value at any given time. And as a disclaimer, the link provided may provide us with an affiliate fee on your purchase. You'll want at least a 1080p camera setup with at least a 90-degree wide field of view, so all 4 cameras will be able to pick up 360 degrees around the setup. Now, instead of pointing the cameras down and towards your house, we want each camera to point out and upward into the sky to cover the 360 degrees surrounding the camera setup. Mounting the cameras to a telephone pole or a fence post is a great option. Cameras can also be attached to a building or even cemented into the ground to its own dedicated post. Setting a camera on each side of your house is an option, but be aware if you're using the wireless option, the base unit cannot be too far away from the cameras. If you choose to use a wired unit, be sure your cables are long enough to reach from your various cameras to the control box. I'm choosing to place this on a mostly flat roof of a building that I am renting, where there is not an easy place to permanently put the cameras. But that's okay. I just have to be aware of wind or people or possibly raccoons on the roof that could move the unit. So I'm weighing it down with sandbags. I'm using a 3/4-inch treated piece of plywood that is roughly 15 inches square. I've drawn a square and some lines on it to help me square up where I want to place the cameras. We want to attach the cameras to the board, and then we want to line these up facing as close to due north, due south, due east, and due west as possible. This camera's view will arc up 65 degrees of view from the bottom to the top. And we want this to be placed close to a 33-degree angle so as to just grab some of the horizon, but mostly be catching the largest swath of the sky possible. This setup will produce a bit of a blind spot straight above, but if a fireball crosses over the top of your cameras, first, congrats. Any fallen meteorites will be landing really close to you. But you will have to rely on 2 or more other neighboring stations a bit farther away pointing towards your spot for triangulation. But if you're so close that the fireball is above the view of any one of your cameras, this is where your audio recording will be very valuable, as sonic booms that are extremely likely to show up on your footage, we can take the timing of when the denotations occur visually until the shock wave of the sonic boom hits your system's microphones. And that can give us valuable information to calculate the flight path. If you feel like splurging, you can purchase an extra camera and point it straight up in the air and plug it into your system as well. Next, power the camera up and we'll get some fine tuning with a compass and get them as close as we can in the direction we want them pointing. The cameras don't have to be pointing exactly north, south, east, and west, as long as you are aware precisely of what direction they are facing. So when you do capture a fireball, we will know what to compute. Screenshots at night can locate stars in your camera's field of view to help us know exactly the direction your camera is pointing and what degree each pixel is on the compass from your station. Once the base is powered up, you will need to borrow a monitor or use one as a dedicated one and sync up the cameras. You'll also want to make sure the time and date stamps are precisely set. While you're waiting for your first fireball, report your camera to our network. And you can join our private Facebook group of camera operators, and we can work together and notify you when the next promising fireball comes within the system's range that you've set up. Or you can keep up with the fireball reports yourself and take the initiative to review the footage to see if you've captured anything. If you catch a fireball on one or more of your cameras, you'll want to share it with our group of camera station owners, and together we will start computing. This project is like joining a volunteer fire department. You know, someday, somewhere, there's going to be a fireball. You just don't know when or where. But you can help the team out by participating, and if you snag one, it's not going to be terribly far away from you, likely within a few hours' drive. So it can not only help others, but it can help sound the alarm to you as well that your boots on the ground may be needed. And yes, this requires help from other stations. So if you personally know of other people that might want to join you, especially if they live just a few hours from you, share this video with them and be sure to follow up. If your home isn't located in a good place for a station, maybe consider donating the setup to your local high school science department. If a couple $100 is too much for you personally, maybe go in with a couple of other people to share the expenses. Hopefully one day we can have stations all across America, And even if you live in another country, there's no reason why 2 or more stations can't be set up near you. Teamwork makes the dream work, and that is definitely the case with this project. If you want to join us, buy the setup in the description below, and feel free to ask us if you have any questions on setting it up. Join our exclusive Facebook group, and then you will know when the next fireball flies by you and we can all see if you caught it. And remember, anyone can find meteorites, even you.